Well, I'm a little late on this one, and there are two reasons as to why. The first reason is because I really didn't have a whole lot of interest in this show. It seems like one of those shows where you just watch the commercials for it and you just kind of hear about it, and that alone just gives you everything you need to know about it. And the second reason is because I kept forgetting this show existed. And it's because I didn't see it much on Cartoon Network. I didn't see it air a whole lot. Maybe it airs in some weird time. Maybe that Cartoon Network has some kind of erratic schedule. Or maybe it's because they insist on filling every one of their time slots with an episode of Teen Titans Go. Because apparently Cartoon Network is just turning into the Teen Titans Go network. Because that's all they show. They marathon the hell out of that show, and it's just taking up time slots in the entire network as if it's some sort of gangrenous disease. But a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, have been requesting that I check it out. So, here you go. Mighty Magiswords. It's a show about two spastic idiots doing idiotic things. The show's based on a mobile app game that Cartoon Network put out a while back, and I believe I remember hearing about it. I've never played it. I don't really know how popular it is, but I guess it was popular enough to spin off into a cartoon. The premise is the two characters are heroes for hire, and they go off and solve people's problems, and they do so by using swords, I guess. They're called swords. Some of them don't really look like swords, and they all have weird powers, and they all have some sort of comedic design to them. My biggest problem with this show was it's very fast-paced, and normally that wouldn't be an issue, but this goes way too far. There's a lot of fast-paced jokes, a lot of fast-paced editing, and it's all done wrong because when you have a fast-paced show like this, you gotta give the audience a second to absorb the joke that you have just told before moving on to the next joke. And it never stops. It never takes a moment to give the audience a break. And, you know, with shows like this, people like to say, oh, it's on ADD or something like that. I really don't like using that excuse for a lot of shows, but I really don't know of any other way to describe this show. It's just an assault on your senses. There are a couple things I did like about it, like Grey Griffin, who's in it, and she plays multiple characters, usually with a very distinct accent. So if you like Grey Griffin, I'd say check out an episode or two, and you can see how versatile of a voice actor she is. And you know, the whole time I was watching this show, it vaguely reminded me of something, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And it finally came to me. Now, this is going to sound kind of strange coming from me, for those of you who know me, but this show actually reminds me of an anime from the 90s, a vague memories of an anime I saw a couple times in the 90s. It was called Slayers, and it had a very similar setup. It wasn't exactly the same, obviously, but it was very similar in the fact that it was a fantasy, and it was a comedy, and it starred this group of quirky, I think they were mercenaries or something like that. They were like travelers, they were questers or something like that. But yeah, there was a lot of over-the-top comedy in it. A lot of the designs look very similar, like to the armor and stuff like that. It's been years since I've seen it, but it just brought back a lot of memories of when I did watch that show for a very brief period. You know what? I don't really have much else to say about this show. I guess that's another reason I never reviewed it. It's not a horrible show, but it's also not a very good show. I mean, there are far, far worse things that people can be watching right now, but at the same time, I really can't recommend this one. If it's on, I guess maybe give it a watch, at least for Grey Griffin, who's great as always. But personally, watch Slayers instead. Far be it from me to recommend an anime over a regular cartoon, but in this case, it's worth it. Well, that's all I got for Mighty Magiswords. There you go. Request fulfilled. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think of it. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day.